Our foundation, the 445 Foundation. I'm Andrew, I'm the president. My father, Rik, is the treasurer and the original founder of the foundation. With us today, we have two representatives from the Children's Miracle Network office at Penn State Hershey Children's Hospital. And then we also have Jenny and Tyler Shyda, a miracle child, with us. I'll just kind of a brief history on the 445 Foundation. And first off, thank you for the commissioners for having us in here once again. I don't know how many years in a row this is now.
This has been at least 26 years.
Yeah, that we've been doing this.
And you are still the only government, county commissioners, mayor's office, still, to the best of my knowledge, for 9 counties that are there for their kids. The foundation was started initially to honor our daughter, Andrew's sister Jennifer, to make sure that all the kids, unfortunately we lost her in 1990, and our purpose is to make sure that we have kids that keep growing like this little guy does. Well, not so little anymore. It's good to see him, and it's good I want to thank all of you for being there for the kids. Thank you guys. You're always there for us.
Now, when we started the foundation, my father had worked at Alcoa, and there was a large group of gentlemen that worked with him. And they started doing some small fundraisers. We did some t-shirts and mugs and made $200, $300, $500 that we started donating to the CMN. And at the time I was in middle school and high school. So I did a drawing of something and I was like, hey, this looks good. And I was like, let's make a t-shirt. So we did these little teeny weeny fundraisers. Alcoa unfortunately shut its plant down. And a large number of my father's co-workers / friends said, you know, what are we gonna do? And it's like, well, we don't really know. Everyone just kind of lost their job, and they're like, no, what are we going to do to continue raising money? And it was kind of an eye-opening experience, especially for me, seeing all these guys that are dealing with losing their jobs, the only jobs that they've had for 15, 20, 25, 30 years, and their main worry was, well, the CMN needs our donations. So we all got together and we said, okay, let's become an official 501c3, and in my parents' basement we all got together and said, this is what we're going to do. We named it the 445 Foundation in remembrance of the Aluminum, Brick and Glass Workers Union that they all worked under at the Alcoa plant. And we kind of took that blue collar hard worker mentality into the foundation that we eventually put together. Now, taking that and building it and starting with a $2,000 donation up to a $3,000 donation, $5,000 for a couple years, we built that into averaging a $10,000 donation every single year. Last year we were able to donate $11,000, which was by far our best year. Thank you. Now, to this point in the life of the foundation, since we became an official 501c3, we have donated $105,000 total to the Children's Miracle Network at Penn State Hershey Children's Hospital. Now, that is completely 100% in thanks to the people of Lebanon County, the people that defend us, the people that attend our events, the people that follow us no matter what we do, and whatever event we try and whatever event we do, they show up and they put their money down and they all tell us, you know what, we know this is a good cause. Case in point, we had our golf tournament 2 weeks ago. If anyone remembers, Saturday 2 weeks ago, it was raining and cold and freezing, and every single one of our foursomes showed up, every single one of them played, and every single one of them complained and said they couldn't feel their fingers, but they all completed the course and they all got to the dinner, and every single one of them came up to me afterwards and said, we know why we're doing this. We know exactly why we're doing this, and that's why we're all out here. And that was a great testimony to the people that we have supporting us.
And the other thing, as far as the people that participate, is just as important. The people the businesses from Lebanon County that support us and give us the gift card, the things that we use for raffles.
Blind sponsorship. We walk into a place and they say, "What do you guys need? What do you need? What are we doing this year?" And again, they know exactly what it's for. It's for kids like Tyler. And in my case, as a sibling who is no longer a sibling, who unfortunately lost his chance to be a big brother, I do it not only for Tyler, but for Tyler's two brothers back there. because they have a fantastic big brother in place. And they have a big brother because of the money that we raised and we put into that hospital that is now, can I say the #1 hospital? Am I allowed to say that? #1 children's hospital in the East Coast. So to have that facility in our backyard and to know that that's what we've been fighting for all these years, and to see the improvements to it and knowing that it's there to save these kids, there's nothing that's going to stop us from doing this. So with that note, CMN office.
Well, go ahead, Jenny.
Sure. Hi, I'm Jenny Shyda, and this is my son Tyler, who is almost in double digits in a few weeks. And we brought my other kiddo Matthew, who's 7, and little Teddy, who was in my belly at the time, is now 5.
I see a hand.
And then there's my mom and dad, Pat and Debbie Freer, who literally we wouldn't be here without them. So today we're going to do it a little bit differently. Dare I say, the first year I showed up, I was terrified. I was like, oh my gosh, this is it was a little scary, frightening. But now I'm excited for today. I'm a lot more comfortable, so you might not be able to get rid of me here these next few years. And we're gonna, you've heard his story, and I'll say it real briefly right now, but then actually today Tyler's gonna speak, which I'm really excited about. So the kind of the Cliff Notes version of his story is one time in August, he had a bellyache, and the bellyache just started becoming a little bit more intense and severe, and it seemed a little bit unusual for him to be kind of handling the pain the way he was. So we went to his pediatrician, Dr. Madzoyan. Dr. Madzoyan, within just a few minutes of us being there, kind of noticed some symptoms, and he very quickly took us right to GSH here in Lebanon. We had a few nights there, and unfortunately things progressed in a way that it was just kind of out of the means of the good Sam. And Dr. Madzoyan acknowledged that, and I have to say, we are so lucky in Lebanon County to have a doctor like Dr. Madzoyan. He's just top notch. So Tyler was transferred to Hershey Hospital, actually in something called Landline, which I believe was donated from the Children's Miracle Network to the hospital, the ambulance, yep.
Cat Country.
What's that?
That was Cat Country Radiothon.
Yeah, there was a radiothon that they did.
Yeah, it was
Major Project.
luxury. It was like Lazy Boys and it was a huge TV, and anyway, so we got him to the hospital. Long story short, unfortunately, what ended up happening was he got E. coli poisoning, and he had a really unusual strain of E. coli poisoning, which led to this complication called hemolytic uremic syndrome, HUS for short. And essentially what that means is his kidneys started to shut down. He was in total kidney failure, which unfortunately then led to, as you can imagine, a lot more complications. Pancreas, lungs, he was really having a lot of systematic failures. Unfortunately, all these challenges kept coming up, but thank the Lord we have the Hershey Hospital and the doctors and the nurses and the Children's Miracle Network who work so closely with the hospital to give them the things they need. And our little dude here is truly a miracle. He's here and he's doing so well. And one thing we thought we should do today, instead of necessarily focusing on some of that, which is so important to get us to today, is, so he's almost 10, in June he'll be 10, but we also celebrate another birthday in our house. It's August 10th. And I call it the life birthday, and that was when he was given a second life, and we celebrated in our house. And we usually, that's the day we go to the hospital, we thank the doctors, we thank Dr. Madzoyan. Sorry.
Take your time.
And because of the hospital, because of the Children's Miracle Network, and because of these volunteers, we've gotten 6 crazy, awesome years with this kid. And so Tyler, we decided, he's like, Mommy, I'm not a very good public speaker. I said, well, first of all, hello, look at me, right? But no one is, right? I mean, we got to learn this. So Tyler's going to try something new today. Bear with us. He wants to share what's happened in these past 6 years. And so a way to do that, he made this cool little poster. So he's going to talk about some of the neat things he's done in the past 6 years. So do it, buddy. Ready when you want, sweetheart.
It's like his grandfather.
We come by it honestly, don't we? Want to start with the traveling?
Okay, so Granny and Baca, we went to our cousins. They moved to Barcelona, and we visited them. And then after that, we took like a bullet train to Paris, France. It was a Eiffel Tower.
Yeah. The dream of his was to see the Eiffel Tower. What about this one?
I love when I grow up, I want to be an astronomer, like work in those big radio telescopes. And so I love going to NASA. I went there twice, and I just love going there.
Hanging out with your cool brothers back there. How about some sports? You're involved in all sorts of different sporting events. What do you do? What teams are you on?
I do swimming now. I do soccer in the fall. I do some years golf. I do basketball sometimes in the winter, and I do baseball right now.
And then up here, here's a picture. This was from actually last year's birthday party. Had a little camp out in the backyard. And you wrote here, what are these other birthday parties?
I had a Lego birthday party, a sleepover party, an Angry Birds party, and a Build-A-Bear party.
Yeah.
Tyler, tell them what you and your cousins did too, and then you guys all came down and you presented a big thing.
Oh yeah, so like in the summer we love doing lemonade stands. Like we just like doing them, and like over the few years we did like a ton of them, and we raised $300, and then we donated all the money to the Children's Miracle Network.
Aw.
Great job.
Family affair, right? Here's them dancing on the Disney cruise. Grammy, I think Baca might be in that picture. Yep, dancing on the deck. There's Baca. What about the Harry Potter one? What's that all
Oh,
about?
I love Harry Potter. I love to read a lot. I read like a ton. Like I was reading Come In Here, and like,
They were literally, I was like, we need to go. Tyler's like, I just want to read one more chapter, please.
Yeah, and I love Harry Potter. It's my favorite series. And we went to Universal Studios, and we got to see like all the Harry Potter stuff.
Yeah. And then how about this one's funny up top? It says reading. What does that say?
287,893 books.
You read those?
Not
Well,
this
we
year,
don't
like
know
a-
literally, but the point
Yeah.
of that is he likes to read a lot.
Okay.
When in doubt, the child is reading.
It's probably close.
If not, more. Do we do them all?
Well, and I'm in an enrichment class. I do like really well in math and reading. And I also do chess club. Last year I was second place in the whole school for chess.
So he's physically capable now. He's emotionally, mentally capable. Intelligence is awesome. So, anything else you want to say about this stuff? No. So he's had a wonderful 6 years. It's just been such a highlight, and these are definitely some of the big things. You know, the highlights. And for me, it's the pockets in between. It's the sitting on the couch with all the boys, and he's able to read a book to everybody. It's, you know, when the fall comes, the leaves are down, and we're crunching through the leaves and throwing them on each other. It's the kid. I was able to witness him, you know, lose his 2 front teeth. You know, it's all these simple little things that mean a lot.
Good job.
So, yeah. So I think real quickly I have to point out too, I give Tyler a lot of credit today because if you remember back to 4th and 5th grade, field day is like the day in school. Well, today is field day for Tyler. So Tyler is missing part of it. He will be going soon. But he decided to show up today, and I think that should be applauded because, you know, the volunteers showed up, the nurses show up, the doctors show up. So we
Guest of
could
honor is shown. That's
be
good.
here and go to field day.
Well, we do have, if you don't, we don't have to hold you too long because of the field trip, but we do have 2 proclamations that we'd like to present.
We might have something from the network.
And we may have something from the network, sorry.
CML?
Good morning, Lebanon County Commissioners. Thank you for having us here today. We so appreciate it. My name is Jessica Greenwald, and I'm here with my colleagues Erin Conahan and Jamie Cecil. She's over there now. On behalf of Children's Miracle Network at the Penn State Children's Hospital, to offer the most heartfelt thank you to you guys for declaring the week of May 29th through June 2nd as Miracle Child Week here in Lebanon County. And they say it takes a village, and we're absolutely touched by your continued support. We would also like to extend a big thank you to Andrew and Rik here today from 445 Foundation for heading this initiative. And finally, thank you to Jenny and Tyler for representing the families of Lebanon County and sharing your story with us. I think we all loved it. As you know, the Children's Miracle Network supports all aspects of the Children's Hospital. We support equipment, research, and family-centered programs. Through that, we're able to touch the lives of over 100,000 patients a year, including kids like Tyler, Mason, Joseph, and Chloe Ann, just to name a few of our Lebanon County Miracle kids. Miracle Child Week in Lebanon County brings great awareness to our program as it precedes our annual telethon event. We are excited for this year's telethon as we have a different approach to the event. Rather than a 2-day weekend event, we will be broadcasting live from the Children's Hospital on Monday, June 5th. We are excited for this new change and are hopeful of the possibilities it may bring. We encourage you, the commissioners, and the citizens of Lebanon County to tune in to WGAL 8 the entire day, but especially in the evening from 6 to 8 p.m. We cannot thank you enough for what Lebanon County does to support our Children's Miracle Network at the Penn State Children's Hospital. It is with your help, your kind spirits, and your generosity that we can give the kids the gift of growing up. Thank you.
Thank you.
One thing to add with the Children's Miracle Network, and it's something that we are very proud of. The Children's Miracle Network, for any of you that have any experience with them at the hospital, they are what we call all-inclusive. They are not a fundraiser for a specific disease. They are not a fundraiser for a specific condition. In Tyler's situation, I can't tell you a single national or even local fundraiser foundation that raises money for his disease. So when you have a fundraiser for someone who for pediatric cancer, you have a fundraiser for the Heart Association, like March of Dimes. Those are all great fundraisers. None of them are all inclusive. None of them capture children like Tyler with his condition. None of them capture a kid who's in a car accident. That's something that people don't talk about. There's no foundation out there that raises money for kids that are in car accidents. But they go to Hershey Children's Hospital, and they're touched by the Children's Miracle Network from the moment they walk in the doors until the moment they leave. And it's not only there to support that particular child, it's there to support the family, it's there to support the siblings. The Child Life Program is a huge function there, down to little things that you don't realize, but a 4-year-old has to have an oxygen mask put on their mouth. That oxygen mask doesn't smell or taste very good at all, and they're already in a traumatic situation. The Child Life Program provides them with chapstick, flavored chapstick, to put on the mask, just to make that little experience, that little thing that they have to go through over and over again, easier. Those little things is where the Children's Miracle Network has their fingers in the Children's Hospital, and because all the money that's raised here stays here, that means we support our own community. We're not donating money that goes to a national coffer and then gets divvied up based on per capita or based. Anything that we raise as the 445 Foundation or is raised in any of our 9 counties, all that money goes directly to our Children's Miracle Network. So you may not have kids, you may not have grandkids, you may not have nieces or nephews, but that kid that's playing ball down the street from you, when you donate to the Children's Miracle Network, you're donating to support that kid and the kid that lives behind you and all the kids that are getting on the school bus in the morning. That's the thing about the CMN that we fell in love with from the moment we started. Jenny did not have a big termed condition. She had Job syndrome, which 99% of the people that we talk to have no clue what in the world that is. But even back in 1990, the CMN was there for her. So to see where it is now and to know that they do not leave a single kid untouched with their funding and their research and their Child Life Program, that's why we do what we do for the Children's Miracle Network, for kids exactly like Tyler.
Thank you.
And that's all because of your support. Without yous, would we be here talking to Tyler? But what you do for the people of Lebanon County and city is, he's why we're here.
You give us too
I
much
do it in
credit.
honor of my
You guys
daughter.
are doing all the work.
I'll always do it in honor of my daughter. However, it's to make sure that nobody ever experiences what we went through. She should be a big brother right now. He is a big brother, but in a different way. But thanks to all of you, we got him. We got all the kids. Anytime you're walking through the city or you see a kid, that's because of you. Thank you.
Proclamation here for the commissioners to consider and adopt. Whereas the Children's Miracle Network Hospital at Penn State Hershey Medical Center is one of more than 170 affiliated Children's Miracle Network hospitals across the United States and Canada that provide world-class care for every patient. And whereas the Hershey Medical Center in Central Pennsylvania is the singular children's hospital and the region's only pediatric trauma unit dedicated to the care of children from birth through adolescence. Whereas Lebanon County is one of 9 counties covered by the Penn State Hershey Children's Hospital, where 51,282 pediatric visits occurred from Lebanon during the year 2016. And whereas the goal of the hospital is to enhance the health and well-being of children and families through collaborative medical care, education, research, and community service. Their mission is to generate funds and awareness programs for the Penn State Children's Hospital and the children and families they serve. And whereas the Children's Miracle Network Telethon will televise its leading children's charity from the Hershey Medical Center on Monday, June 5th, to help the children and their families at Penn State Hershey Children's Hospital. Now therefore, we, the Commissioners of Lebanon County, on behalf of all our citizens, do hereby proclaim the week of May 29th through June 4th, 2017 as Miracle Child Week in the County of Lebanon. Further, we ask the residents of our community to remember it's all about the kids who are in need of healing, giving support to the Children's Miracle Network in their efforts to help these children and their families at Penn State Hershey Children's Hospital to become a miracle.
Move to adopt.
Second. I'll make the motion to adopt, yes.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any questions regarding that motion? Hearing none, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, so ordered.